Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Z Frequency. I'm Andy Z. I know it looks dark here. I've got an early day at work, and we've got a storm. So it's pretty dark here. This isn't like a midnight crazy transmission. I just wanted to be sure that I got some things out today. So let's just go ahead and start. Just go right on in because there's been a lot of things that a couple things that are not as important, but I wanted to review and point out, and a couple of things that I think are important. So this is just an update. So former Rothschild director named new head of Vatican Bank. Francois Pauly, currently president of, I'm not even going to try and butcher that, and former managing director of the Edmond de Rothschild Group, will be the new chairman of the supervisory board of the Vatican Bank. So I know I talked the other day about the Pope and the Vatican. So if we needed any more confirmation that the Vatican was embedded completely in the cabal, there it is. So that's just, not huge news, but I wanted to be sure to bring that up. Now, here's another one that is probably more housekeeping than anything else, but this is very telling of the times that we live in now. Yeah, so I haven't talked a lot about this, but a lot of the people that we see on the news, on the world stage, are not actually people, oddly enough. Cloning is a real thing. Robots are a real thing. Possession is a real thing. So when we are looking at people, again, when we look at something and we accept it as true, when it's not true, when it's deception, that's an inversion, and we are feeding the false matrix. So it's really important for us to be very clear and to live in our discernment when we are, everything that we take in, run through your discernment, because the smarter we become aware, or the quicker we become aware, and the smarter we are about how we operate our daily lives, the faster this whole thing explodes. So I just wanted to, and then speaking of deception, here's another one. I can't remember if I've talked about this before, but this is something that really bothered me a while ago. Now it's kind of disappearing, but let's just play the video.
Interview with her best friend, Hoda Kotb, one of her best friends.
I didn't want to believe. I just said, do you think because of me? And he said, I'm sorry, sweetie, but yeah, maybe. But I knew that.
You did?
I hope not. I mean, we still don't know. Mm-hmm. Honestly, we don't know anything.
No.
I don't know that it's because she's my mom and somebody thought that lady has money, we can make a quick buck. I mean, that would make sense, but we don't know. But yeah, that's probably, which is too much to bear. To think that I brought this to her bedside, that it's because of me. And I just say, I'm so sorry, Mommy. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to my sister and my brother and my kids and my nephew and Tommy.
Oh my God, the survivor's guilt.
So this whole thing was very weird. And I have, as soon as I saw this story come up, the first thing I thought was it was a sacrifice. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. I'm just telling you what my impressions are. And it seemed important that it was her, Savannah, that was doing the sacrificing. So, as we are getting toward what they consider to be end times, we're going to start seeing some very weird behaviors, some very weird things come out. And I really did feel like when she was saying, I'm sorry, I feel like that was part of her humanity remaining, that was genuinely apologizing, because I do think she had something to do with it. You know, they require a sacrifice at some point. So I'm not going to claim to know the whole backstory, but I had a very, very strong impression that it was some kind of ritual. So, not so much fun, but I promise we'll kind of get into. So before we get into something that's a little better, I want to look at, this is going on everywhere. So let's just play this. And I kind of talked about this before, but I want to be sure because it's becoming so widespread now. So again, I don't believe this to be extraterrestrial. I believe this to be man-made, and I believe that they are, again, trying to mimic this. So they're trying to, right now, as we roll up to Easter, which is a big satanic sacrifice day, they're trying to trigger us into thinking the end is near. So, and I want to be really very thorough in talking about this, because it's been really on my, I feel I'm getting a lot of nudges about this. So months and months ago, when Chris Bledsoe and the lady, all this started, I had a really strong impression that there was deception with this. It triggered me. I was like, there's some kind of false flag going on with this. I reached out to a few people that I trusted, or trust, I still trust. They didn't seem as concerned about it as I was. So, and that was really the impetus for me starting this podcast, even to begin with, because I had a very strong feeling that this was going to be a problem with Bledsoe and the lady and the whole thing. And now we're seeing, as this war is going on, all these orbs are popping up. Easter's coming up really closely. The Sphinx there's another Sphinx all of a sudden. This is all very much a coordinated thing. And we have to be really clear on being sovereign people, sovereign human souls, during this time, because I do think that I think this is a complete psyop, a soul trap. They will push us to the point where we're ready to break, and we're just looking for some kind of resolution, and then they're going to provide a resolution. So please, 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 as these events are starting to, I was really hoping that if enough people talked about this, but at this point, Chris Bledsoe is looking like he's being vindicated, really, because all of this stuff is starting to happen. Somebody that I trust very much said that his energy signature looks completely different than it did a few months ago, and that he definitely has become more of a factor in the false light. So I just want to be really clear, you guys. Even if all of his prophecies are lining up into place, it's not a good thing. It's always good to get truth. I'm sure there will be some truth that comes out of this, but we can't switch from worshiping one savior to another. We have to understand that we are the power here. There are no ETs that are more powerful than us. They may be more technologically advanced. They may have, a more expanded consciousness. They may know how reality works a little better than us, but they are no more powerful than us. So you are the power. Look at this extravagant amount of orchestration that's gone into this to keep us in line. You are the power. Nobody else is the power. Okay? Just remember that. And if they're telling you to get on a ship, do not enter a ship. Do not get on a ship. You were born here. Your work is here. This is why we're here. So I was hoping that this wouldn't come to this. I was hoping I would be wrong about this, but it's starting to shape up and look like this is what it will be. So don't turn your power over to anybody. Not me, not the government, not Chris Bledsoe, not the lady, no deities. You are the power. Okay. So that said, I want to end on a high note. This was such a good video. I really, this sums it up for me. So let me just play this.
Need to know about quantum physics in under 60 seconds. Quantum physics.
Andy sucks at operating. Oh, there we go. No, I don't. I don't suck at it. Hold on.
Isn't just science, it's logical spirituality. You don't attract what you want, you align with what you already are. That's what it means to tap into the quantum field, where every single version of you already exists. The wealthy you, the rich you, the happy you, they are already there in the quantum field. If it's in your heart, that means that version of you already exists, and it's just your job now to tune into that frequency. And your reality will rearrange to match that frequency. You're never experiencing the world, you are only experiencing your nervous system's interpretation of it. Let me say that again. You are never experiencing the world, you are only experiencing your nervous system's interpretation of it. That's why two people can experience the same thing and have two completely different interpretations of it. Your thoughts and emotions broadcast a frequency that your life then mirrors back to you. The quantum field does not respond to begging, it responds to certainty. So if you can fully see it in your mind, your body starts living like it's already real. Your most powerful tool is visualization, because our minds do not know the difference between imagination and reality. Time is not linear, so you can pull your future into the now and you can recode your past. Everything is accessible right now. Lastly, you are not a person inside the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself through you. So go act and live like the miracle that you are.
Okay, I really love that video. That is exactly what I believe reality to be. So after we just talked about all this heavy Chris Bledsoe stuff, to me that is with science backing it. I'm not a scientist, I'm not science minded. I'm going to assume that's all sound because I only have a spiritual understanding about these things. So, but that is exactly how we win this whole thing. So we're not going to get distracted by phenomena in the skies. We're not going to get distracted by media or prophecies or sphinxes or anything like that. What we're going to do is know that we've won already. We know that we've won. We've already won. I believe that. I really genuinely believe that. And I every morning spend a few minutes reminding myself that we've already won. So, and I hope that you guys all do that too, because that's why we're here. I've heard this before. Andrea says this a lot, and I believe this to be true. The best of the best are here right now. So let's remember who we are and let's create that. I think it's time. It's time. They're starting to put their bullshit in motion. Let's put our own shit in motion. You know what I mean? I also want to just put it out there. I think So a lot of times we can break these this agenda into different parts and say there's ETs and there's the cabal and there's the CIA. What we have to understand is that's one group. So the ETs give the orders to their 13 bloodline families. The 13 bloodline families disseminate that to the rest of the world. So it's absolutely imperative, since they are so lined up and organized. I really do feel like it's time for us to unite and start coming together and putting aside any of these nitpicky differences that we have. And it's time to accomplish this mission now. So we need to put all that stuff aside. And we're going to see a lot of people coming forward that are going to be hitting people from every level of their consciousness. We're going to have the ETs coming in. The people that are more interested in ETs, that are a little ahead of everybody else, are going to come in. The political people are going to come in, giving us the story. The Egyptian people are going to come in and give us the story. They're going to be hitting us from all angles right now. So, especially as we get close to this, I don't know. They've given us a few dates now, but it's looking like Easter is going to be significant, and probably October will be too. But let's just stay centered. Just take a few minutes. I'm not saying you have to sit and meditate and go into an 8-hour thing, but make sure that you're regulating your nervous system, just like she said, so that we can deal in truth, and we can create what we know we're here for. This is what we're here for. So we're going to make this a better place. We're going to pull this out of the hat and be done with these fuckers that are ruining this planet. So everyone, have a wonderful weekend. If I see you, I see you. If I don't, it all just depends on what rolls across my desk. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I appreciate all of you so much. This is the time. We're taking the reins. Okay. We're steering this MFR home. Okay. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.